Okie dokie, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you aren't already, and please like the video for me. I appreciate it. So, today I figured we would just do kind of a show and tell. I got 6 knives right here that I figured I would show you guys. Now, some of you knife nerds probably have heard of these or you've seen them before. But there's probably a few of you out there that I might bring some new information to. So let's just jump right into it. All right. First, it's the Victorinox Tinker. This is my personal favorite Swiss Army knife, and I have some aftermarket micarta scales on this guy, which I think look really, really nice. These made me love the knife that much more. This is, it's the Tinker. It's got a main blade. I just love the polish on Victorinox's. Really nice and shiny. Big blade. Small blade. Can opener and small flathead. Cap lifter and larger flathead. Then on the other side, the all-important Phillips head, the 3D one, not a crappy little flat one like you see on multi-tools. I use this a lot. And then you have your awl for sewing up leather. And of course, your toothpick and your tweezers on this side. This is, for me, a perfect size. You know, you could get a fatter one with more tools in it, but for me, this is all the tools I really need on a day-to-day basis. And I keep it in this nice little leather sheath in my pocket. That keeps my pocket lint and other crap from getting inside there. These sheaths are made by Rough Rider, and you can find them at Smoky Mountain Knife Works for very cheap. This is the medium size. Pretty sweet little setup here. I love it. Alright, next we got a Kubi. It is the Kubi... crap. Oh crap. I can't remember which one it is. I should have looked it up. Well, I'll put a link for it down below. Alright, it's a Kubi. Pretty full-size knife. We got a flipper tab, and we got a little slot there for the reverse flick, or you can kind of get the thumb flick in there. Mostly meant for the reverse flick, though. The detent on this guy is pretty good. Definitely flicks out with some authority. We got a nice broad blade, flat ground. Not super thin at the edge, but you know, this is more of a hard use work knife in my eyes. We have a little bit of a forward finger choil here. You can kind of put the tip of your finger in there. You know, it's kind of a little too small to do something like this, but definitely adequate. Definitely feel locked in. Got a thumb ramp here. Deep carry pocket clip. Full liners that are milled for weight relief. And the action on this guy is pretty decent. A little bit of a nudge and it falls right down. I like this one. Comfortable in hand. To me, this is a perfect work knife. Or not perfect, but you know, near perfect. Alright. Let's go to the next one. This little guy is the Boker USB. Now, you're probably wondering, well, you know, why is it called the USB? Well, let me tell you. It's shaped like a little USB drive. But it's an OTF. A very tiny OTF. California legal OTF. But it's a good steel. It's D2. This is made by Boker, like I said. Kind of cool stone washing on the blade. Little fuller running down the part of the blade there. Flat ground. This is you know, it's a keychain little guy. I carried this on my keychain for quite a long time. You can see it's you know, the coating has worn off in some places. But this thing's pretty fun. Doesn't take up much space on the keys, and you know, just fun to mess around with. It's a Boker USB. Alright, now, this is the Kaiser Deviant, and I really, really love this knife. We got a sheep's foot blade. Really, really love the blade shape and the handle shape. I really, really love just the general aesthetic of this knife. We have green micarta and a copper bolster. So this is Patina City. Deep carry, well, almost deep carry. Got about that much sticking out. But it is recessed, and the screws come in from the back side, so there's no heads there. You can see that. Action is amazing. This detent is amazing. The thumb stud action in this guy is one of the favorites in my collection. It's very, very satisfying. There's something really nice about just a good, well-tuned thumb stud action. You know what I mean? It's just, it feels good. It feels really good. You can reverse flick it pretty easily. I like these big fat thumb studs. And the main, well, not the main thing, but one thing I really liked about the knife is there is no jimping anywhere. No jimping. This is a classy kind of, I view it as more of like a classy gentleman's carry knife. So while you can do hard work with this knife, to me it's more of a, a getting dressed up occasion, a fancy knife. There's a really high polish on everything, on the liners, the standoffs, the blade, the pivot, the liner lock, the liners, like I said, the pocket clip, everything just looks really nice. And the access to the lock bar is incredible. You can see that there. And there's no jimping on the lock bar either, which I really, really like. I wish companies would put less jimping or no jimping on their lock bars. Unless there's really bad access to it, you really don't need it. And it feels better on your thumb because there's no jimping to kind of poke you. So I really, really like that they didn't put jimping on that liner lock there. Just a fantastic knife overall. Highly recommend it. M390 steel, the Kaiser Deviant. Next up, I just did a review on this, but I love it so much that I wanted to talk about it again. This is the Orion Solaris. Now, this is probably still my favorite button lock knife that I've ever tried. This is made by, crap, I forget his name. It's the guy from Blade Banter on YouTube. He designed this, yeah, it's called the Solaris, and he has a couple other designs. He has one that's out now called the Scorpio, and then I was actually talking to him recently. He has a frame lock coming out soon, so that's really exciting, something to keep your eyes open for. This is a really unique knife. You've never seen a knife quite like this. We have a very generous finger choil here, and that is because the knife is meant to be held like this. Back here, you can hold it like that, but that's not what it's designed for. You're designed to choke up and get really nice and close to that edge, which I really love. I like to get as close to these edges on my knives as possible, and this just feels so good. There's so much room in here. We got G10 aluminum pivot collar, G10 backspacer, and you get a titanium pocket clip for only around $85 for this knife. 14C 28-inch steel. Really, really beautiful stonewashing. This is probably in my top 3 favorite stonewashing, stonewashings that I have on any of my knives. Love the blade shape, nice broad blade, but the tip isn't too high up. Yeah, just really love this knife. Action is incredible. Complete fall shut. You can reverse flick it. You can thumb flick it, or you can use the flipper tab. Or you can just use gravity, centrifugal force, open and close the knife like that. I mean, completely free swinging blade. I just love this knife. I highly, highly recommend it. Alright, last up, you might not be expecting this one, but it is a fixed blade, and it is the Essie Azula. This is my backpacking slash kayaking slash hiking knife. It's really, really lightweight. It's it's a skeletonized handle that I have my paracord wrapped around. I really like that because it keeps it light. It keeps it, gives it a thin profile. And also, if you're ever in a situation where you need some paracord, you can just take it right off your knife. And, still relatively comfortable without that on there. It's the Essie Azula. These things have a reputation for holding very good edges, for being very, very tough. There's videos online of people absolutely beating these things to crap, and they absolutely withstand the beating. I really like this knife. It's comfortable. You're close up to the edge there. A little bit of jimping here. You can get handles for these also, but I like having the option to take that paracord off and use it whenever I want. The sheath is really good. It comes with adjustable clip. You can carry it scout, or you can orient this however you want it. But how I mainly carry the knife is I just put a little carabiner right there, and I just hang that off my backpack, or my jacket, or even my belt sometimes. So that's how I carry this knife. Really, really like this knife. This is one of my favorite fixed blades that I own, besides the ones that I've made. And that's the Essie Azula. Let's get them all out here for our group photo, and then we'll call it a day, folks. The sun is starting to come through my blinds, so we're out of time. So, Essie Azula, Unknown Kubi. I will link that in the description. The Orion Solaris. The Kaiser Deviant. And the little tiny Boker USB. Are we missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I say 5 or did I say 6? Am I losing my mind? Am I missing one? Huh. No, I think that's it. Right? I don't know. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate your support, and adios.